Hey everyone. All right. So, carrying on with doing albums that are, my grandmother's or older with my family, I inherited over the years, picked up. And this one here, okay, so this one has a bunch of cool things going on with it. For starters, this sticker right here, for us Canadians, this sticker is one of the most important stickers ever if you collect music. It's from the Sam the Record Man in Toronto, the legendary one with the big sign, man. I wish the price was still legible on here. It's not, unfortunately. But my grandmother, I'm going to assume this was my grandmother because I looked at the date on this one. I actually did the research on this one first. This album was released in 1954. All right. Georgia Gibbs sings. And my grandmother would have been the one that bought this. 54, she would have been. Maybe it was my great grandparents that bought this. Okay, hold on. 54. My grandmother would have been no, 11? Yeah, my grandmother would have been 11 in 54. So if my grandma bought this, she bought this young in her life when she was just getting into music. If not, this was my great grandparents that bought this. And either way, Sam the Record Man. All right. This album was amazing. This was an experience for me. If I hope you've been watching this long. This album truly was spectacular. The voice, the Georgia Gibbs, just a beautiful voice, absolutely beautiful. Reminded me of listening to old Disney movies, I want to say like When You Wish Upon a Star. There was a version with a woman singing it. I don't know who the woman is. Maybe it was Georgia Gibbs. I don't know. Absolutely beautiful voice on this woman. Um, and not in a woman trying to be pretty. Like she's got a lower range voice. She's not singing in the highs. She's singing in a lower range, especially for a woman. And part of me wants to say it feels lullaby-ish, which is, kind of why I said Wish Upon a Star. Uh, just magnificent. I absolutely am captivated with her voice, and I would love to hear more women singing like this again. Fantastic. I can easily picture this woman with this incredible voice singing on certain rock songs, from the 70s and that. Um, because I did do the research, Georgia Gibbs was born, I believe it was in 1918, and she died in 2006. So she did have quite a long life, which is wonderful. And she did, she sadly, I'd say in certain ways, got to live long enough to see her music kind of disappear, which is sad when you kind of think about it. But I really hope that this is being watched by viewers that are not just watching this because they know who Georgia Gibbs is. I hope this is being watched by my regular viewers because this is an album that you got to go listen to online if you can find it. Realistically, you should go find a copy of it. Whew, good luck. I looked at the prices online. You can find it. It's not overly expensive. It's not like you're going to drop $100, but Discogs. Weirdly, I did some research. Like I said, Discogs saw had it listed at like $21. But this is a beautiful, magnificent album. There are 3 songs on this album I heard that I would cover in a heartbeat. I thought they were fantastic. The rest of the album was good as well, but really quickly, Feudin' and Fightin'. Okay, this song's rather violent, man. There was talk about shovels and stuff like that, man. Oh, this is gangsta, man. By today's standards, this is quite impressive to listen to. And it threw me off when I heard the line about the shovel. I'm like, whoa, what? That was, yeah, it was really, really, wow. Uh, is it worth it? That one wasn't bad. I didn't mind. Is it worth it? Uh, Put yourself in my place, baby. That wasn't too bad. And as long as I'm dreaming, I thought that one was really good too. That was beautiful. Those made up side one. Once again, Georgia Gibbs on my big 10-inch record. I'm gonna make that joke every time I play I do a review for a 10-inch. So just get used to it. You don't like it, blame Steven Tyler. Okay. Uh, then we get into side two, or I think it's the B side on this one. First track on there is Necessity. This song was awesome, man. I so dug Necessity. This was, as much as Feuding and Fighting was cool, Necessity, I went, oh my God, I so want to cover this song. I so want to do a re-record. I want to do multiple recordings of this song. I'd love to do a traditional rendition of this song. I love to do a more rocked out rendition of this song, and then something a little more dance groovy. Just such a good tune. How are things in Glockamora? My apologies. The font on here, at first I actually thought it was an I, not an L, until I pay attention to the lyrics. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad tune. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. Fool That I Am was a decent tune, and then it ends with So Would I, which I thought was another beautiful song. Absolutely beautiful. I generally am not one kind of for love songs per se, but this was great. I've always said that I'm a fan of jazz, and I've always been kind of, there's some jazz you experience like, okay, I like that, I don't mind that. And I've listened to, obviously because of how popular she is, I've heard quite a bit of Ella Fitzgerald, and obviously, you really enjoy that. But Georgia Gibbs was something different I've never really heard before. Like, I've never heard any of these songs before. I've only listened to this album once, and I've fallen in love with this album already. Like, I'm kind of glad this ended up in my collection. And I'm not getting rid of it anytime in the near future at all. I will seriously be playing this one for years. For years, this one will get played. A beautiful album. Side two. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that I have to get up and flip it over, I'd say the whole thing's just a great little kind of date night at home, romantic candlelight, talking, intimacy. I want to say, what the kids would call Netflix and chill. Disney Plus and push, whatever you want. Fantastic album. I highly recommend this out. Excuse me. I highly recommend this album. You really got to check it out. I will be exploring. There is another one on here for Georgia Gibbs Sings, and I definitely think I want to get my hands on that one if I can, because of how much I really enjoyed this one. Yeah. Are you guys enjoying me going back talking about these older albums? I hope you are, because some of these albums I'm really enjoying going back listening to. So if I'm enjoying it, I hope I'm giving you something you can enjoy, and you're not just watching these because, oh, I like Georgia Gibbs already. I really, when I started doing these album reviews, it was in the vein of, album reviews from the 70s and 80s and stuff like that, told you albums that you should go look for or don't look for, and why, and I find most of the time, most of the people that watch the reviews are usually people that only know the stuff already and want to hear what someone else has to say about something they've already listened to. So hopefully with this Georgia Gibbs Sings, I help inspire people to check this one out. I think I'm going to have to give it some type of flashy clickbait crap. All right, folks. let me know anything down below in the comment section, please. On your way down there, you'll probably see a couple links. Check those out. Like button, subscribe button, bell for notifications, please, and thank you. Peace, love, take care.